Kia ora, Kat. Thanks for talking to me today. Hey, awesome to see you. Can you just give us a bit of a rundown about your trade, how you got into it, like what was your pathway into your mahi that you do today?
Okay, so I'm in infrastructure. I started about 12 years ago. I was a pen pusher in the office, and I was in contracts administration for roading maintenance for state highways, local roads, and like sealed and unsealed. And then after about a couple of years, I went to do stormwater, water and wastewater and utilities. And then I got started being a bit more nosy and wanted to know what it was like out in the field. So I went out in the field, kind of part-time, asked if I could have part-time in the office, part-time out in the field. They said, no, you're either one or the other. So if you want to go out in the field, you start at the bottom on the lollipop. And I didn't want either of those jobs, but I didn't want to be inside anymore. So I started at the bottom on the lollipop and then pretty much just worked my way from there. I didn't go into some sort of streamline.
Right.
So I didn't think, I'm just going to do traffic management. I'm just going to do road maintenance. I was quite nosy and wanted to do everything, so I done everything.
Awesome. And where are you at now? Like, what's your kind of title now for your job?
So I'm a managing director now. I've been in business for about 3 years. So I've got my own company now, and yeah, I love it.
Mean. And as you were as you were sort of following that pathway to your career now, did you see many other wahine on your way there?
No, so there was none. When I started, I think there was, how many males? I started in Te Puia Springs, and there was probably about 10 males and no females. They didn't have any admin staff up there, so I was pretty much, I was it.
So what I was wondering, since you've sort of like a trailblazer for your career path, what's some really practical advice you would give any young woman that was thinking about getting into the trades?
I think it just really comes down to personality. All you really need to do, I think, is, and it's not just women, I think it's just people in general, just go for everything. Don't limit yourself. Don't try and get all the creamy jobs. Do everything so that you know what what your job is. You know how it's going to affect the next person and all that sort of stuff. I just think, just don't limit yourself.
Yeah, that's such good advice, eh? Like, don't be shy about getting on the tools and getting on the admin side of things. Like,
do everything.
Do everything. Yeah, that's awesome. And also just practical things for young people. Like, it's important to have a driver's license, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I've really been banging on to young ones when I go to do trades days or whatever, is try and get your license as young as you can.
Cool.
Yeah, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you just by having a Class 1 driver's license, yeah.
And through your trade, do you upskill your licenses as well? Like,
we've had young ones come in with absolutely no license. I think I had one guy, he had his Class 1 full. Now he's on his Class 4. He's done his wheels, tracks and rolls. So, yeah.
So there's heaps of opportunities out there, eh, for young people if they want to get into trade and to upskill themselves.
Yeah, totally. And I suppose the more things you go for and the more things you learn and the more qualifications you get, it opens up a lot of doors. The limits and opportunities are endless.
Mean.
Yeah, trades, you can start at any time. I've had, a few older women that have gotten into trades. When I started this career journey and into trades, I didn't see anybody that had done it before. I did not come out of school, high school or anything thinking this was what I was going to do in life. And even, in my working career, like I said, I was always a pen pusher. I never envisaged that this is what I would be doing. It's something that I fell into. But I think that quite often women can't be what they can't see, and so it's not something that there was a big awareness of it. And I think now that if we do push an awareness that there is room for women in trades, and at any age, because you really can go in at any stage of your life.
Yep.
It's pretty much up to you. with, you know, how much you want to sacrifice and how much you want to learn, and just like anything, pretty much. Yeah.
That is so cool. Women can't be what they can't see. Love that. And what about being a mum and having a family? Has that affected your career as well?
I've had a good support system, but in saying that too, like I was actually quite career focused. Like it's trades, you know, with civil infrastructure and all that, it's something that I love to do. And so I think, you know, with mums, you know, some of them love sewing, some of them love hair and makeup, and some of them might just love roading. And I love roading. And so my children fit in, they come to work, the workers help look after them, my family helps look after them. We've got a girl that started with us, so her baby's 6 months old and she couldn't get a job in some other places. But like we're probably like 4 of us that are there are all mums, and so she brings her baby into the office 2 days a week, and then her family at home help look after the baby for 2 days a week. So, you know, we're trying to break down barriers and, you know, for women to get into trades. And yeah, it's actually a pleasure having her little baby come to work.
Yeah, I bet. So also, being Māori as well, that's another thing we've been talking about with these other wahine. They don't feel very looked after sometimes in their industry or held as Māori, you know, like what do you reckon as an employer and as an employee we could do, you know, what would you like to see better around that stuff?
I think there is starting to be a change in mindset for a lot of people, especially with males. Coming through the industry, I had known quite a few males. Some of them were really, really supportive, and you know, they just treated me like another boy. It was more like just part of the team. You know, they didn't see a woman or a man or anything like that. It was just like, girl, there's a shovel. I need that done. You know, just get the job done. Whereas others have treated me sort of more like, oh, you're a girl, like you can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
But as time's gotten on, you know, they start to see what you can do, they start to trust you more, and then you start building those relationships. So I think that was probably the hardest thing, and because there weren't women in the region doing what I was doing back then. And yeah, I suppose being Māori too, it's not a common thing. I know from where I come from, I don't think that there are any other female business owners in this sector up there. So it is a new thing, but I think just, you know, like time and just everything else in life, people just, the more the awareness is out there, then I think it'll be more accepting, and people will, you know, they will know that they can do things like this and it is achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.